Big game for Barcelona on Tuesday in La Liga at the Spotify Camp Nou against Atletico de Madrid, and this is the first game after Barça returned to the top of La Liga following Madrid's draw at Girona on Sunday. And this game, I have to say that it is a must-win game. First of all, because Barça have been very bad, have been very poor in all the big games that we've played in this season. Against Sevilla, we were trashed in La Liga. Against PSG in the Champions League, we lost. Recently against Chelsea, we lost. And let's not forget that in the Clásico against Real Madrid, we lost as well. So Barça have not been good in big games this season. This is the next big game. The game against Atletico on Tuesday at the Spotify Camp Nou is the next big game that Barça are going to play. And this game is a must-win game, really, because we have just returned back to the top of La Liga, although by just a single point ahead of Madrid, but we are top of La Liga at the moment, and we have to consolidate our place at the top of La Liga. And there's no better game to prove it than a game against a team like Atletico that have been on a great run of form themselves. Atletico are also close to the top of the table in La Liga. Atletico have been on an incredible form recently, both in the League and in the Champions League. Atletico have won their last 7 games. Look at some of their results: 2-0 against Betis, 3-0 against Sevilla, 3-1 against Union Saint-Gilloise in the Champions League, 3-1 against Levante in La Liga, 1-0 against Getafe in La Liga, 2-1 against Inter. We know how difficult it is to defeat a team like Inter, and just recently they defeated Real Oviedo 2-0 in La Liga. So this is the magnitude of the task that is ahead of Barcelona on Tuesday in La Liga. And if Barça are serious about winning the title this season, Barça have to start winning these big games, because we have been so poor in big games recently. This season, we have not won a single big game. Sevilla, Real Madrid, Chelsea, PSG, we have all been defeated in those games. So we have to prove a point, because we are finally back on top of La Liga. And the truth is, despite the form that Atletico are in at the moment, we are not doing badly ourselves in La Liga, because we've won the last 4 games in La Liga, and that has seen us move back to the top of the table. Because after the Clásico, I think we are about 7 points behind Real Madrid, and I didn't expect Madrid to easily blow up this lead so quickly, really, because Madrid have been so poor in their last 3 games. They've only gotten 3 points in the last 3 games. So that's 3 out of a possible 9 points. And so Barça are top of La Liga, not because we have been so good this season. It's because Madrid have been so poor in the last few weeks, guys, because they have picked only 3 out of a possible 9 points in the last few weeks, and that's what has allowed Barça to climb back to the top of La Liga. But now it's time to get serious. Barça needs to start winning these big games now, and against Atletico on Tuesday, it's an important opportunity, a great opportunity to capitalize on Real Madrid's draw at Girona on Sunday and cement our place on top of La Liga. And really, we don't really have much excuses this time around, because you see that Rafinha is back. He played very well on Saturday. He was the man of the match in that game against Alaves. We saw Pedri. He came in as a substitute in the second half, of course. So I expect that Pedri will be fit enough to start the game against Atletico on Tuesday. So Barça do not really have much of an excuse to not win this game against Atletico, even though Atletico are a big team themselves and they have been on an incredible run of form in recent weeks. So Barça should really be on their best game if they want to get anything from this game. So the returns of Pedri and Rafinha have been a big boost for Barça, and this should really help Barça in that game against Atletico on Tuesday. One thing I'll be looking at with keen interest is whether Gerard Martin is going to continue at centre-back. I'll be really interested in seeing how he's going to perform if Hansi Flick selects him. He's going to come up against the likes of Julian Alvarez, the likes of Solo, the likes of Griezmann. So that will be a big test for Gerard Martin if Flick decides to use him, because we've seen him play at centre-back in the last 2 La Liga games, and let's be honest, Gerard Martin has not looked out of place at all. He has not put a foot wrong. So I'll really be interested in seeing if Hansi Flick will stick with that, or if Eric Garcia will move back to centre-back. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys, and I'll catch you after the game. Adios.